Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to JJ's Football Corner. I hope you are doing well. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. So, this evening I wanted to talk about some of the fan concerns re Liverpool, of which there are numerous. Um, One of the biggest concerns with Liverpool has to do with the lack of recruitment, especially as the Premier League season is 3 weeks away, right? It's 3 weeks away. We haven't really addressed a lot of the issues that we had from the previous regime. Chief among them, we need centre backs, right? We need centre backs immediately. Joe Gomez is out with another injury. Everybody saw that coming. That was coming, right? And look, I don't hate Joe Gomez. You know, I did a keep sell loan video. It's on my channel where I said that it's about time we sell Gomez, move on from him. He hasn't had a great season in about 3 or 4 years. Let's be honest here. And we have Van Dijk, who is always Mr. Imperious, but he's 1 year older. And we have Jeremy, who is new to the league. We have Leone, who started off well. He had one match in which he looked great, then got that season-ending injury, so he's practically new to the league. So Van Dijk does not have a deputy beside him that has that's Premier League proven or has even great experience being a centre back, right? So we definitely need centre back improvement there. We need a right back. I'm convinced that we need a right back. I'm not sold on Frimpong. I don't hate Frimpong. I want Frimpong to do well. Unless it is that we the coach believes in Ramsey. Let's see. I don't know, but I believe we need a right back. The big concern is the midfield, right? We saw last season where, and it could be down to slot system, it could be down to the players, it could be a mixture of both. But we saw where our midfield was absolutely run through, right? It almost as if, like if you have like a bag carrying water with holes. It was just leaking. It was just leaking. It was just a porous midfield. It was terrible last season. And in the preseason match, I spoke about this. It's also, the video is also on my channel, where I said I did not like the fact that Liverpool's midfield can be so easily played through. And that's why we need an out-and-out defensive midfielder. Now, I don't hate Ryan Gravenberch. I think Ryan Gravenberch is a talented midfielder. But as a long-term six, I don't think he has that um aptitude, right, to be that guy that sits in. His whole game is roaming. He likes to get forward with the ball, and he's great at doing it. He's a great passer of the ball, drops the shoulder, doing all of that. But sometimes you just need an out and out defensive midfielder that just locks down the midfield, right? And I don't see us linked with anybody. You understand me? Like by now, I thought we'd have an Adam Wharton, for example, like in the squad in the US, ingratiating himself within the squad, and we have no links with that. We have no links to such a player. I would argue that we need two midfielders, right? We need a defensive midfielder and a more progressive kind of midfielder to possibly replace Jones. Because look, I don't hate Jones again. Listen, I don't hate any Liverpool player. But I do believe that we can improve on Curtis Jones. That's my belief. If you think differently, let me know in the comment section. And then when you get to attack, let me not get started on the attack. The only attacker that we've been linked with prominently is Bradley Barcola. And we're being quoted prices of 170 million. Now, I don't believe that's true. I don't believe that's true. I don't believe PSG exactly want 170 million for him. Nor, if it is true, Liverpool would go that far to get Bradley Barcola. I don't think he's a 170 million pound player. Would I like Barcola at Liverpool? Sure, but for a fair price, right? For a fair price. And if it is that PSG are not being fair in their evaluation of the player, I think we move on. Why not? Let's move on. There are other wingers out there that we can get, right? And I think we need a backup striker as well. I mean, I saw in preseason where Case I was saying that Iraola wants him to play as a backup striker. I'm all for that. That's fine, right? But Isak has an injury record. Case has an injury record. So what happens when, if God forbid something happens? I also think we need Well, I guess maybe we don't need a left wing because we do have Victor Munoz and Rio can play it as well as Gakpo. But we definitely need a right wing. We definitely probably need a backup striker. But the main thing is we need to sort out our midfield and defensively. We need to sort that out. We need to sort that out as immediately as possible. We cannot. It's 3 weeks of the season, and a lot of the fans are concerned. We're concerned about the lack of movement, even the lack of news that hey, we're looking into this. We're looking into these players. We're not hearing anything at all. Maybe when they come back from the preseason tour, but then that's what 2 weeks away from the Premier League. I don't know, man. I want us making moves. I'm not saying that we should spend premium money on average players, but we definitely need to make moves because at the end of the day, Chelsea making moves. Man City already have a bomb squad. Arsenal already adding to their arsenal, and every team is improving. Aston Villa is improving. Spurs might be back. Right, Manu, doing their thing with Andre Santos and Tielemans, which, by the way, just sidetrack there, as much as people want to say they're not inspired signings, they might just be what Manu need. And for us, we need two midfielders. I believe we need two midfielders. I would even go as far as saying we need two centre backs, a right back, and a right winger. And it's 3 weeks. We need to get the ball rolling here. Come on, Liverpool. We need to get the ball rolling. We need to be serious here. Right? We need to be. Yeah, we need to be serious. So I'm gonna do another video. After this one, look out for it, where I talk about my personal expectations for the new season, right? And I'm gonna talk about last season coming into this season, right? So these are just some of the concerns. And remember, guys, like, share, and subscribe. Help the channel grow. I'm at 32 subscribers now. Let's get to 50 by the end of August, right? If you like the content, leave a like, share, and comment. Thank you so much. Have a pleasant evening. And look out for the video, especially Liverpool fans. Look out for the video. I'm gonna talk about my expectations of the next season. Thank you.